Hello and welcome to episode number 8 of Varied Gary Podcast. This podcast, I have Adam Cotterill stop in. Adam's a former member of the band NSFW, and he's a former host of the open mic at Julia's Lounge here in Truro. I also known this guy since junior high school, so it was a good hour or so that we had to talk and chat about things, and then we got to listen to a couple of his songs and jam for about an hour and a half at the end of it, so that was pretty cool. I was going to actually take one of the songs or a couple of the songs that we jammed out and put it as an intro song, but I'm a little rusty and I'm not that confident enough to do that. So we just chatted it out for a little bit, and anyway. Let's start this. This is Nova Scotia Music Week here in Truro, and I think everybody is a little revved up about it. And I had to do a couple podcasts on the weekend, so here's the first one, and I hope you enjoy.
It's kind of that balance of work and hobby, right?
I hear you. Goddamn balance.
All I can see is Gary's ass pointing at me. All I can see, poor life choices surrounding me.
Lovely.
What, the blooper reel?
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. New intro song.
Oh. All right. This is the podcast. Welcome to it. Another different setting. We are in the other half of the basement. Matt's here, of course. My friend Adam stopped by. He brought some guitar stuff and some songs. Got a little songbook. Gonna have a little chat. Maybe we'll bust out a jam later and see if anything comes out of it.
Absolutely.
What's going on, man?
Not too much. Just living life to the fullest.
Yeah.
Extremely tired, but absolutely just enthralled. So happy to be here.
You said you've been going since like Wednesday.
Yeah, it's Nova Scotia. I don't know when the editing and all the magic happens. This hits the internet, but it's currently Nova Scotia Music Week here in Truro. So
Yep.
There's been live music just day, night, morning, afternoon.
Did that start Thursday?
Started Thursday. For me, it started Wednesday. As you mentioned, I hosted open mic down at Julia's Lounge across the street from the Stonehouse.
Yep.
So it happens every Wednesday, so it's like the perfect opportunity every year. Nova Scotia Music Week came through. We kind of throw like our own little Nova Scotia Music Week pre-show shit show type thing, and grab whoever's done setting up stages and come on out and play some tunes and have a good time and get her started. So
yeah,
it was late night after late night after late night. It's good. It's great.
Yeah, I'm trying to stay up late myself and try to get. I seem to accomplish more at nighttime than I do during the day.
Yeah.
Consider work. I consider that my relaxing time.
Yeah.
And then come home and kind of bust my balls a little bit and try to get stuff done a little bit. But yeah, so Adam's a really good singer. Me and Matt we were upstairs talking when you just came in here and started warming up. Matt was like, "Holy fuck, you can sing!" I was like,
The first time I heard him sing, I was just up in the living room. I was like, "Is he running through a PA?" I was like, "Wow, this guy can sing."
I got a little bit of, what do you call, amplitude, I guess.
Yeah, you have a powerful voice.
I own that one too, or I totally have to give credit to Vancouver City Transit for that ability, actually.
"Is that right?"
Yeah. I did the typical Truro thing as a kid, right? So you get out of CC and the first thing you do is get out of here, right? So,
yeah.
Headed to Vancouver with my wife, and basically we're doing the batch pad apartment, trying to make our way in the big city and make our millions of dollars. And
Yeah.
And in that little tiny apartment where, you couldn't like cook toast too loud, or, the neighbor was knocking on your door complaining. So I was like not playing at all. It was driving me nuts. I had guitars and couldn't play them. So eventually Mel was just like, "Why don't you just go out and find somewhere to play?" I was like, "We're in Vancouver, man. Like, there's nowhere to go, right? Like there's things everywhere, right?
You can
Like,
hook up with like a few guys or a couple bands and rent a
yeah,
spot.
well,
for free
yeah,
and
there's
play,
rental
right?
spots and stuff like that. But if you don't know, the music scene or anyone out there, it's kind of like, where do I find a band rental spot? So
Yeah.
anyway, I was just walking to work one day, and there's this old guy named Malcolm who's a banjo player, and he just bust. I can't say it today, but he played music for money on the street.
Busk.
Busking. There you go. Anyway, he's sitting there and he's playing, and we got chatting, and he's like, "Yeah, I've been working this street here for a long time, but I think the real money is actually across the street over there, one block up." And I'm like, all right. Okay. It's just this interesting dynamic, this interesting conversation you have with this guy. He very analyzes everything. He's like, yeah, because that lady always gets her coffee there, but she always goes that way and around. And I haven't figured out if that's because the garbage cans over here are overflowing, or if it's because, I think he just...
Yeah.
I think he had some other things going on too. But
like Rain Man.
Yeah, right. So anyway, I was like, well, why don't you go play over there? And he's like, well, I've never played there before. I'm like, man, you're
It's the street.
It's the street, like, but apparently that never really sunk into him. So I was like, you know what? I remember going home that night and saying, fuck it, I need to go play music. So I grabbed my guitar and I went down to that street corner, the one he said where the money was, and just started playing. And for the first time out there, it was amazing how alone you can be in the middle of a city. You're just sitting there playing guitar, and it's like you're not there. People are just walking by, and and you're like invisible to everything. It was really weird because you're right downtown, invisible to everybody. So anyway, I played there probably 2 days or whatever, just kind of strumming through some old songs and stuff. And I realized I'm not really singing or anything like that. I'm just kind of mumbling, and then it was probably 2 weeks after that I run into Malcolm. Thank you so much. I'm like, what? Okay, what? He's like, you opened up that corner for me. I was like,
way.
I was like, what? He's like, yeah. And apparently there's like this whole thing about, the people on the street begging for money and, where they are and territory and I don't know, whatever.
Right.
I don't know the recipe or anything, but
Squatters'
he's
rights.
like, because I played over there, now he's like, game on. He's like, man, I know that's your spot. I hope you don't mind if I play in it. I'm like, no, man, it's totally cool, right? And,
I never thought of it like that before.
it was really weird. So anyway, I just started playing and I actually got my picture. I should have brought it. I never think of these things, what you're going to talk about. But
oh, you got a picture?
Yeah, I got a picture in the Vancouver newspaper of me playing on the street corner.
Just
I was
like
man, the guy who opened that corner, right?
Just send me a picture of
I'll
the
send you a
picture.
picture.
I'll put it in the podcast too.
It's priceless. Anyway, so Malcolm was just like, yeah, this is fantastic. Da, 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 do you mind if I use the spa? You can take, if you want to come play, you just come down, I'll leave. I was like, man, if I come down to play and you're here playing, let's just play together, right?
Yeah.
And then it was the first time I sat down and actually played with Malcolm, and it was just like, I had no idea the stuff he was playing. He was playing all these tunes that I had never heard of before, but he was very smart musically, so he's just like, just it's a 3-chord blues beat or whatever. He'd tell me what to do, and I'd do it, and I'd be like, okay, this fits. Yeah. We're doing stuff. But then he was really like a showman. He was not invisible to the crowd when he was out playing.
Yeah.
Right? Like, everyone saw this guy, right? Like, everyone knew this guy because just the way he presented himself, the way he projected his voice, the way he played, it was like, he said, "Oh yeah, no, that's how you do it. That's how you make money. Is you sit there and you go try to pick off every person coming down the street, make eye contact with them, right?
Yeah, right.
He's like, get their attention, right?
Like dial in,
and that was the thing. And he does it through showmanship, through vocal harassment, stuff like that. Like not harassment, but like
vocally,
if someone's not looking at you when you're walking by, you just get really loud, right? You go like, whoa, right? That turns the head, right?
Yeah, right.
And after about 6 months of playing on that street corner, trying to sing over top city buses and everything, and trying to, you learn how to project your voice, right?
Oh yeah, right.
You get loud, and you can really get people's attention.
Well, I mean, if you're deep enough or you're loud enough anyway, too, like you can use the buildings around you for a good, and it's like really big expanse.
Yeah, and I mean, it's Vancouver, so all of a sudden you go from an apartment that you can't cook toast in without the neighbors complaining about noise to out in the street where you can play all night long.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter. You can make noise all you want, and you realize the whole world can be a jam space if you find the right spot.
Do you ever run into one of those doo-wop corners with the guys?
There's everything.
Oh my god, that's what I want to go see. That's freaking awesome.
Yeah, I think there's like the professional buskers that like play in like the sky trains and the subway stations and stuff down there. It's like you need a permit and all the red tape, and it's like no, I'm gonna go back to my street corner.
Yeah, right. Where were those buskers from? The guys that we're watching on YouTube, they're playing the horn section, and they're busting out all those. Oh, was that New York? Oh my god, did you see that? They were playing like Funky Town and like all those songs, and they're like dancing and going on. You have the drummer there, and then you have 5 different horns, all playing their part.
I can't remember what they were called.
Oh man, they were sick.
Yeah,
but yeah, check them out. We'll go down that rabbit hole of friggin', all the buskers and stuff like that. You'll end up with somebody poking their eye out with a knife or something in the corner.
Well, that's one thing that's really interesting about like this world, and how music's portrayed to everyday people on the radio and stuff like that. Is you hear the people who make it their life's work to make music, to create it, and to produce it, and to put it out there, and try to make a career out of it and stuff. But there's so much just raw talent that even people we went to school with, and you're just like, that guy's the most amazing guitar player. That guy's the most amazing. You listen to the pipes on him, right? Like he can sing, whatever, like amazing and stuff. And that talent's just everywhere, all over the world. And you really sometimes you have to go digging around to find it, or convince people to unpack their kits and stuff out of the basement and stuff. Yeah. Keep doing it, right? But like, there's so much. Like, I love going to like out to Bass River to like the church hall and stuff like that, or like over to the Horseman's Club and just hearing the people come out and the Tuesday night jam sessions and stuff like that, right? And it's just like, oh my god, these people blow my mind, like the amount of talent that's
even Truro, like small town of Truro has everywhere. A lot of hidden talent in it.
Oh yeah,
like you ever want to feel like just giving up instruments and like burning your guitars and stuff, just go to like one of the bluegrass festivals and just walk past a hotel room and be like, what the hell is going on in there? It's unbelievable the amount of talent that people have, and it's so awesome seeing them share it.
There's so much talent out there that's not even sharing it at the same time too. Like there's a lot of people that probably don't like to go out and do stuff, or like or maybe they don't have the opportunity to be somebody that lives in the middle of nowhere, but they got Wi-Fi. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then that's all you need. Like, maybe I got a drum kit and Wi-Fi. A few years ago, that sounded badass to me. Sounds badass to me now.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I always try to foster on the Wednesday night open mic that I run. Is it's really designed to be kind of like a community event, a community show. There's a lot of people who do have a lot of talent, and I'm always you find these people around place, and you're like, oh, come on out, right? And they don't like playing for large crowds and stuff like that. I mean, the Julie's Lounge it's a small little space. You put 30 people in there and it's packed.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I mean, and a lot of nights it's Wednesday night. It's not super busy. It's mostly musicians. We encourage people to get up and just plug in and play, and the more people the merrier type thing. So you give people a little bit of space, play a couple songs on your own. You just be played. Hey, you mind if I come up and play with you? Yeah, that'd be awesome, right? And it's pretty neat. Like you were talking about Eric Peters earlier. We were chatting about him. Mm-hmm. He was coming out all the time, just tuning up his stuff, and his talent levels just keeps going up and going up, right? Like he hasn't hit that like old man curve yet, where it's kind of like, okay, I'm gonna keep doing the same thing. He's reinventing his stuff all the time. So.
And he just turned like 19.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like, I hate you.
What?
Yeah, because when we
so talented.
I think last year we played. Scott Fraser had a little show out there in Maitland, and we went out and played. Maybe that was a couple of years ago, but we played at a fire hall out there.
Yeah,
and it was me and Ben and John, and Eric was there playing too, and yeah, I was like, why are you playing out at the bars? Like, what's wrong? He's like, I'm 18. I'm like, what? What? I thought he's just one of those people that looks super young, but he is super young.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That crazy talent.
Yeah.
You just got to keep going, keep, enjoying what you're doing, and, hopefully you'll keep doing it.
He's steady at it, though. He always puts out videos of him playing still.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's using different things. Like he recorded a video when he was in the bathroom, like kind of sitting there right next to the wall. You know what I mean? It sounded pretty good.
That's what I remember the comment on that. It was just like the poor man's reverb, right?
Yeah. I was like, change the toilet paper wrap or roll while you're down there. It's empty.
Nothing quite like the bathroom echo.
Yeah, that's what the Black Keys did.
Yeah.
The Black Keys, when they started out, they're making some kind of... They're like, man, we got to do something. We're in the middle of... Where was it? Ohio? Or
I have no idea.
No, Akron.
It's hard to find something to do in the middle of
Akron, somewhere or something.
Akron, Ohio?
I think it was something like that. Anyway, but they were like, well, we don't have all this fancy gear to anything. So they went in the washroom. They threw a couple overhead mics over the shower curtain. And they kind of used that little space and recorded like what they did, and people were blown away by
They
it.
have the
They got
perfect
signed.
sound for that too, right? Like that fits them perfectly.
Yeah,
which is weird.
when they were first out, the 2-piece. Oh my God, what a freaking beast that was!
Yeah.
Like I feel so bad for people that just get introduced to them like as a full band, because like their songs are still great, but holy Jesus, when they're a 2-piece, that was the rawest stuff in the world.
Yeah.
Not world, but to me it was. It's pretty cool. Dave Wright actually showed me.
Oh yeah.
He's like, oh, you got to check these guys out, and I checked them out, and I was like, what the hell was that? Like during the video, they have it so I'm sure it's all planned anyway. But Pat Carney, he drops his stick on the ground, and the music stops, and it's like ding 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 ding. He's like, can you hand me that? And then he walks over. He's like, here you go. And then they go back into the song. Badass. And you can totally hear all of it. It was kind of cool. But then they started to get like that, add more people and stuff.
Yeah.
I like it. I like full bands,
Record
don't get me
companies.
wrong, but it was just weird. What?
Record companies.
Yeah, I guess if you're getting big and putting out stuff and getting pushed out there by different people, they expect different things from the band, and I don't know how that works. But
It's a whole different world there.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine being like, okay, the singer's great, but your band's shit, so we're going to replace that. And I'd be like, oh, God.
They tried to do that with Tom Petty.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
They did that a little bit, and then he was just like, after a while, he's like,
No.
yeah, don't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the old mass marketing of the old band. The internet allows us to do whatever we want now, so...
Yeah, we're getting more freedom every day.
Yeah.
Every day. And more opportunity to do stuff. Pretty soon, like, people are going to realize that you don't have to do something you don't like to make money and like, succeed in life. And what is succeeding anyway, right? What do you
Being
want?
happy.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's deep.
Yeah.
Right there.
Jesus, he always makes me look like
I
this
know,
on
right?
the podcast. And I'm like, shut up!
Who invited Socrates?
I should have went, shut up, Matt, you sound stupid again. No.
You know what? That is what it's all about, though. Is being happy. Is like, a lot of people. You go out and play, and people are always, drunk. But I mean, people are, just. Oh yeah, I know someone, and you should come out and do this, and I will put you on the big stage, and it'll be great, and you should do this and that, and then it's just like, man, I'm totally happy doing what I'm doing.
Oh, yeah.
I love my day job. I got my music. It's a good balance, and whenever it comes out of balance, I figure out what it needs to be fixed and adjust. Right.
Yeah.
So, as long as I can do both and be happy, that's what it's all about.
Oh, yeah, man.
Which is, that's part of why I'm back out on my own, so to speak. I recently, I guess about 4 weeks ago or a month ago, stopped playing with NSFW, which was the full band I was playing with Corey and Carl and Jim. And it was kind of a mutual thing. They wanted to do a lot more, work a lot more, play a lot more, practice a lot more, take on a lot more, and that's exactly where they need to be. I mean, they're firing on all cylinders type thing, right? And
Yeah.
I was kind of at the same point where I'm like, it just wasn't in the balance, right? So I couldn't keep up. So I was like, you know what? This is the writing on the wall. It's time for me to take a step back and get back to writing some of my own stuff and working on some unfinished projects and, spend some more time with the kids. Oh man, I've been teaching my oldest son Ian how to play guitar.
Yeah,
and,
right.
Like all
Yeah.
these things that I didn't realize that I was giving up,
Yeah.
to do other musical interests. So it's been pretty awesome, kind of liberating.
Nice. Good for you,
Getting
man.
back to it. It's all about finding that balance. And as you said, keeping it happy, man.
Yeah.
That's the goal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So full circle that was. Full circle.
No, it's yeah, true though, man. Like I couldn't imagine like I'm obviously have no kids, like, you know what I mean? All my time is like all me. I'm a very selfish person in that aspect, whatever. But yeah, it's there's probably a lot of people that do slip into that, and a lot of things fall at the wayside, like relationships with children, and that shit's not worth it.
No, exactly, right?
But well, good for them though if they want to go out. You know what I mean?
They're doing
That's
really well
great.
for themselves. They just the depth of the performance and stuff like that. Going out and seeing them play last night. They're just retired from. They were running open mic on Friday nights at the Stonehouse. So I run Wednesday, they run Friday,
Right.
type thing. And last night we were just sitting there talking about it and realized we've been doing this for 3 years. It was the most random thing. Like Corey just had got out of a bad breakup and was feeling wanted to go do something. So threw the guitar in the car and I get the text message, "Hey man, I'm thinking about going out and playing some open mic. There's an open mic at the Stonehouse or something like that. You want to come out?" So it's like, all right, well, I got to work tonight, but I'll throw my guitar in the car and maybe we'll meet up or something, play some tunes. So like time comes, I'm like, all right, yeah, let's head down to the Stonehouse. So throw me, jump in the car, head down there and find Corey. "Hey, how's it going?" "Yeah, it's all good." And there's a guy up there playing, doing the typical open mic thing. And all of a sudden, we're just chatting. The guy plays just like rips his guitar off and chucks it aside. I'm like, and I don't know, he was mad about something anyway. He left. Corey and I just kind of look at each other. "Can we play?"
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, okay. So we get up and we played for the rest of the night because no one else was there to play. So, played an hour and a half. And it was like the next day, Corey messages me. He's like, "Yeah, they offered us a job hosting open mic." I don't know if it was like the guy who was hosting it who left, but it was just timing. It was really weird. And
That's
like,
funny.
okay, went to play an open mic, got a job. We're kind of, I don't know, do I want to run open mic at the Stonehouse? That might be interesting, but it was 2 nights a week, so we were like, oh, whatever, let's do it, give it a try. And 3 years later, here we are, right? So
Yeah, that's crazy. That's
And
a
it's,
long time there.
yeah, and oh my god, the place is just full of stories, right? Like,
Oh yeah.
things that have happened down there. I've seen doors walk out doors, like, Corey said it best last night. He's like, I think it was just last week. You saw 3 guys trying to help a lady get pants on. Like, and it's just, the place has a lot of character and a lot of characters.
That was
and,
my Tuesday night drinking hole a couple of years ago.
yeah.
Yeah, that's right too. Yeah.
Yeah, when I was working away. Like, I would work away for 6 weeks, be home for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
All my friends worked shift work. And just so happened, well, I had obviously 14 days off, but a buddy of mine, every Tuesday night, he would have off, and then another buddy of mine worked at a bar, so we'd all just kind of bar hop around Truro. It's Tuesday night, everything shuts down at 11. They're like, well, Stonehouse. Go over to the Stonehouse, and we'd be there till 2 or 3 in the morning.
Yeah, well,
Like,
it's
as long
one
as
of
we were
it's one of those
drinking, they
places.
stayed
It's like, if you're going out to some bars, you got to get dressed up, you got to look good.
Yeah.
This is not that place,
No.
man. This is
I'm-
I'm already pretty sloppy,
Yeah.
and I'm looking for a place that they're not going to throw me out of for the next 2.5 hours.
Okay, so you guys stay open late.
Yeah,
I'm not the character to ever like. I'll sit home have beers and stuff. I love doing that, kind of like screwing around, doing some stuff on the internet, whatever. And but I'm never like, all right, I'm gonna go to the bar and see who I run into, because it just sometimes I don't care to really like be around a whole lot of people, and so I'll the odd time I'll be like, I want to go for a drink. And I will be by myself and be like, screw it, I'm going to friggin' go over there. Like, there's been a few times where I went over there last year just randomly.
Yeah.
And every time you'd have a story coming home, too. It's like every time.
It's one of those places. It was a bit of a victim of a bad rap,
Well,
stabbings and stuff like that.
It wasn't.
It happens.
It happens.
It was a misunderstanding.
It wasn't even. It wasn't. They're not even bad stories. It's just like interesting shit.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. Near as bad as the bars in Halifax.
Yeah, there you go.
It's just a small town in Truro. Big deal, making a big deal of something that's not big.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, no, it's that place has got a lot of happy memories. A couple sour ones, but mostly happy.
Usually, anytime there's alcohol, they're pretty good.
I remember
Pretty good.
walking in there. I don't know what night of the week this was. Anyway, somebody was playing, and it definitely wasn't you. But somebody was playing acoustically, and they had a kid's Fisher-Price drum set up in the corner.
Yeah,
and some drunk
that's
guy,
my son's.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that probably was me.
No, it definitely wasn't you. I would have remembered if it was you. Cause, you're,
Little red drum kit?
Again, you're
I think it's
vocal,
actually
right?
in my van right now, because we just picked it up last night.
Some guy went over...
awesome.
No, it was karaoke night.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what it was. Some guy went
Yeah,
over
we
and
leave it
started
there.
playing some drunk guy went over, started playing the little Fisher-Price drum kit while somebody was up there singing some song.
Oh, really? Right in the middle of the song?
Yeah, we, of course, that thing spent 3 years in Stonehouse, so it's seen better days.
Oh, yeah.
But, it's home. It's going to get cleaned up and stuff.
Yeah.
But,
You get some new heads.
but yeah, when
and
we
stuff.
first had it down there, it was just like, it had like 2 toms and like a little broken hi-hat and a cymbal. It was like a full kit.
Yeah.
But it was like that tall, right?
It's just super
And it had like the stool too, like,
Yeah.
and like it would be so funny because we'd be playing open mic and I'd be like, probing the crowd for people to come up and give me a break and stuff, and they'd be like, oh no, I'm a drummer. I was like, man, we got drums. Let's do this, right? And it was so funny seeing like 7 foot tall people like get behind this little kid,
Yeah.
and try to make sounds out of it. But I mean, it's like a Fisher-Price kid. Like it doesn't sound good, right? But
Did you see the kid that's
so
down
funny.
at Mingo's right now? That little kid's kid?
Yeah.
Oh my god! Yeah, it's pretty good, man.
There's actual such things as
Like
kids kits.
Yeah, but it's like like a down to scale kit, like a real kit down to scale.
So like a 14-inch bass drum.
Well, yeah, of course, yeah. Yeah, and I think it actually sounds decent stuff.
You can see the wheels turning.
I look at
14 inches.
22.
My subs are 12.
14. Yeah, that's about right. Because that's a 14-inch head behind you. So, yeah.
It wasn't that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
probably.
it's
That's
small.
crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
But, yeah, I think they actually sound decent and stuff. And the hi-hat, actually, they have the opening and closing hi-hat on this one. I was like, oh, neat.
Yeah, the internet was ruining us. But as soon as you said that, the first thing I could think of was random YouTube videos that I've seen.
Yeah.
It was like there's one with musicians playing like their songs on Hello Kitty guitar.
Yeah, I know
Yeah,
those.
Zach Wild, like BLS.
I like the one Dave Grohl. He was doing autographs, and somebody brought their kids' drum kit. He's like, "Here, brought the whole drum kit. Sign this." So he's signing it, and he's like, "Here's sticks." And Dave Grohl's like, "I'm not hitting that. I will kill it." And he gets on it anyway, man. He starts to, I don't know, I can't remember what he was playing, but it was just like triplet, and just like, and gave the sticks back. I was like, wow, those actually sound badass, man. When you're a good drummer, you can make anything sound good. Like,
Hit it hard enough, it's gonna
There you
out
go.
the tone somewhere.
yeah, I bet you any money. As soon as people seen that, they sold a lot more kids kits. Like,
A lot more kids.
kids.
Kids are on the.
Dave Grohl
Selling
broke
kids.
the kids market.
Oh boy.
New rumor. This just in. Dave Grohl
Selling
sells
kids.
children.
Tons of them.
So what do you? Where are you doing for work? Where are you working?
I work a very, very rock and roll job. My full-time job, I am a system support specialist. I work on computers.
No way.
Yeah, I'm a computer geek.
So when you see
No,
me,
I have no idea how to work that thing. I saw you sitting there, I'm like, it's all good.
You'll figure it out.
so I'm
I
like,
usually don't tell people what I do. I just made a huge mistake.
So how do you like that?
It's good. It's great.
Nice and easy. Have a lot of...
I work for a little small company. There's only 3 of us, and we have a set of customers. We do support for small business around town. Nice. You know, it's fantastic. We don't advertise. Got a
Is
little
it all
office.
like contracted work, or is it kind of come and go?
Basically, it's mostly like on call all the time for stuff, you know, when it breaks down. But, you know, hopefully stuff doesn't break down if you put the right stuff in. So, you know, if I'm worth half my metal, then hopefully the stuff I put in ain't crap. You know, and then I don't get calls on the weekend, so that's good. Right? So,
oh man, anytime I have to look up something for a computer, it's just, I'm like, okay, slow it down. Or like I'll be like going to look on, put in what I have for a computer when I'm having trouble, and then they'll have a display screen that says what I need. Like I'm like, okay, that makes sense, and then I'll look at it, I'm like, but that's not the diagram that I need. I'm like, it all screwed up.
On a second note, I can see you're running one of those Apple thingy-mabobbers. I'm a Windows guy.
Yeah, okay.
Real rock and roll, right?
I only got that friggin' thing just because I had an iPhone.
There you go.
At least they communicate with each other a little bit. And makes it something simple for me, but man, the first time the battery ran out, I plugged it in, recharged the battery.
Oh, that's good. Turned
it on. I was like, really good.
Time for a new one. Thing's crap.
Yeah, can you imagine? Wish I had that much money. That'd be awesome. I'm not going to turn it on today.
Stack of Macs.
So I pressed on, and it powered up, but the screen didn't come on. And I'm like, oh, shit. Like, this is great. I don't know how to fix this stuff. And that little Apple logo on the back of that is actually handy for something. I didn't know this, but when your screen turns on, your computer's on. The screen, for security purpose, it's blackened out. You take a friggin' flashlight and shine it through the Apple logo on the back of the screen, and you can, if you get it in the right spot, you can see username, whatever, and you type in your name, bloom, and then it lights up, and it's all good. And I'm like, what in the what the hell? And
I couldn't even answer that. Honestly, I worked in IT for like 30 years, and that's the first time I've ever...
Isn't that nuts? I was going to take it to somebody, and I was like, man, I really can't get somebody to fix this for $200, because I know they're going to go be like, there you go, $200, you know what I mean?
Yeah, leave it with me. I'll let you know how long it took.
Yeah, so, that was crazy. I think I updated my Facebook and everything when I saw that. It's like, I am the world's smartest man. For the weekend.
Until a flashlight breaks.
Yeah. Now what?
Have you ever had any, really, really bad... What's the worst thing that you ever had to do? Rebuilding one, or...
Well, I mean, I do tech support calls too. So I've heard literally pretty much everything. But I mean, I got to speak of something that's out of my current job, confidentiality, all that. But I'll tell you, one of the coolest stories in IT is I used to work for Food Shop Best Buy in downtown Vancouver. Mm-hmm. So you got we were right on the corner of Robson Granville. We were downtown, you know, when you're downtown Vancouver, that's it, right? That's the intersection. So I was just having a shitty day, you know, you have a shitty day at work, right? This type of thing, you know, you go to 7-Eleven, you get your coffee, and you pour the creamer down in the garbage, and then you throw the container in the coffee, and try to stir it all together. It's one of those days, right?
I constantly do that.
Yeah, and it was just a shitty day. Anyway, and everyone was getting on my nerves and bugging me, and I was just pissed off. So I kind of head into my tech room, kind of hide away, and the guys obviously, you know I'm having a bad day, so they're doing exactly what they should do, which is pick on me some more, right? So you know, the knock comes in the door. Yeah, there's a customer out here to see you. I was like, really? Now? Come on, man. We got 8 techs working here. You need me? Yeah, man. They want you. Right? So I walk out the door and I turn around and there's this lady standing there with her laptop on the counter and she's got 12 webcams in her hands.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, what? You see someone stand there with one laptop and 12 webcams. There's only one thing they're doing, right? You know, it's just out of the random things you see. I want to hook all 12 of these up to this.
Oh my Lord.
Really? Oh, okay.
Heavens to
perfect.
Betsy.
I was like, all right, I'll make the best out of a bad situation. Okay, let's. try to keep a straight face. And it turned my day right around, the whole situation.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like, the laptop boots up and I'm like, okay, I can do this.
Like,
It should be good.
waiting for
And the
stuff.
first thing that pops up is, there's like a lineup of people. I'm like right by the kids' video game section of the
Here
store,
it comes, here
right?
it
So like, boom, the screen boots up and it's her, right? And doing the sword thing, Kill Bill, Kill Bill.
Yeah.
Kill Bill,
Yeah,
the movie, the sword stance.
In
and stuff.
the yellow.
Yeah, except
yeah,
it's
yeah.
Thrill Bill, right?
Oh.
And it was like, oh! And I'm like, yoink! Right? Like, there's kids over here and stuff. I'm like, oh my god! Right? Trying to keep a straight face. The guys that called me out are in the back of the tech room, just on the floor. Right? But, yeah, it's definitely, you see some interesting things. I don't understand why, but it's kind of like as soon as, something comes up with people's computers, they're just kind of like, you want to have a look at this? Like, no.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shit, I never thought of that. Some people don't get the chance to clear out what they're doing.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Like,
I think some people just don't care, but I don't know.
I was gonna ask, like, when somebody's computer, I haven't had a computer in, I don't know, like 15 years or something stupid, longer than that. But somebody's computer crashes, bring it into you, you fix it, reboot it up,
Yeah.
and then you're like checking to make sure everything's working.
You just don't look.
Oh, you don't?
Yeah,
Okay,
you just
I
don't
was gonna
look.
say, is there like an internet history? You're like, well, that's why your computer crashed. It's just like,
Yeah, I mean, yeah. There's a lot of magic that can happen on those
A
things.
lot of magic.
Let's put it this way: you can take a hard drive from like the bottom of the ocean and get that off it. So I mean, like stuff's rarely gone, right? So
that's crazy.
Yeah, shit. But
they're,
I automatically, oh, yeah, shit.
Here's like, I am burning everything when I'm done with it.
well, people are like, oh yeah, well no, you can buy you can get these programs that are Department of National Defense to wipe your hard drives and all that. It was like, man, a hammer works really good too. It's a lot quicker, cheap. Actually, it feels pretty good.
Yeah, it's fun.
Oh!
Yeah.
You can tape it, make a video out of it.
Yeah,
So
upload it
many
on
years of my
YouTube.
life wasted on YouTube on a stupid hard drive. I could have did something with my life.
Yeah, geez, that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
And torturous at the same time.
Yeah.
So you'd probably, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting job. It's rewarding, but I mean, where I am now it's the perfect job where I enjoy what I do. It's like playing Sudoku all day. You're just solving puzzles, and that's a fantastic segue to get right into like getting away from that. And I enjoy low tech stuff. I love playing acoustic guitars and just being out in the woods and yeah.
Are you a woodsy guy? You hike a lot?
Yeah, I love being outside, camping, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
Just
Kids
anything
love
that's
that.
getting unplugged really is just kind of my thing, and music's been phenomenal for that too, right? So trying to find that balance between doing the creative and scientific, I guess, is kind of my yin and yang.
Yeah, I guess so. So I pile ice cream, so I'm already unplugged. As much as you get.
That's right. You're at the ice cream plant.
Yeah, Agri-Pure now.
Yeah,
not
I can't
Scottsburn.
even keep track. So the Agri-Pure, is that like Scottsburn? Is it...
Yeah, they bought Scottsburn.
Okay.
Agri-Pure is a huge company.
I don't know if you're allowed to talk about this, but can we talk about Scottsburn chocolate milk? Has something happened? Because the taste has changed.
The milk went.
Does anyone notice this?
I don't drink a whole lot.
All right.
I'm lactose intolerant.
Okay, fair enough. One of the hiring requirements, right? So how much of this product you gonna eat?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm lactose intolerant. Perfect. You got the job, man.
I'm not honestly. I don't really know. Yeah.
All right. You don't have to tell me. It's fine.
But you're not the first one that said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
And yeah.
It's changed, man. There's changed.
See, the milk, we don't have that department anymore where I work. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But apparently, like, even the milk is something. I want to get shot for this.
I'm sitting here laughing at myself. Like, trade secrets are coming out now, right? Like,
So,
this is like,
yeah,
you don't mess with milk producers.
It's
That was
made
when
from llamas now.
Saputo owned them.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to edit all that out. I'm just
This podcast.
Better work on your
Hey
resume
guys,
now,
welcome to the podcast. Thanks for coming out. See you next week for the next podcast.
Oh, well. Yeah, that's fun. Yeah, I've been there for 16 years.
Yeah, that's a fair bit of time too.
Yeah. It's
You like it?
good. Yeah, I love it, man. I like it now. There's a stretch of, there's a few years where I was just like, I was not happy, complaining about everything, and like a really dark cloud was in there. And I don't even know if it was just the place, but it was definitely my attitude didn't help. But now it's just great. I work like a 3 to 11 shift. You know, I come home. I don't bring any of my work home with me. Like, you know what I mean? Obviously, it will melt. But I do like it, man. I wake up in the morning. I can sleep in if I want. I usually don't get up, and then I'm fucking great until I work at 3 again. Just do whatever I want. Opens up a lot of time, and they pay good benefits. Yeah, that's about it.
Perfect.
It's just a job I don't have to get attached to. It's great.
As I said, it's all about striking that balance of just being happy, right? Yeah. The big goal.
Yeah.
You know, if you're not happy with what you're doing, don't do it.
Yeah. There's people with there's a lot of people that work in there that are like, oh, shitty job. But you know what? I've done a lot of shitty jobs. Like, I've been getting different jobs since I was 16 years old. Like, and I've done everything from shovel shit out of barns all day, like up to my friggin' knees in it, and you know, better and better. And I knew out of school, I knew I was gonna have to, like, I was always gonna be a laborer, because I didn't go away for anything, like, you know what I mean, to learn any special traits. But I knew I had to work at everything and get a little bit of raises, and now I'm just, you know, I'm happy. I'm throwing into a pension and all that shit, so.
Get the old man job.
Yeah, it is. But now I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do with the other half of my life.
Yeah.
You know, 37 years. And now I got to mix it up a little bit or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, getting old sucks.
Well, as I said, I've been busy writing a bunch of tunes. I'm always looking for more people. That's one of the things I've been working on, is trying to get out and meet more people, see more people, and play and jam with more people and stuff like that. You know, the open mic's been phenomenal for that, but you know, just trying to get in touch with a lot of the people that have been playing around town who are not right now, and you know, trying to convince them to brush off sticks and have some fun, right? So
yeah, is there
dedicate a little bit of time?
I mean, Nowhere Road, they're still out playing quite a bit.
Oh yeah,
right. They just did the Halloween party and stuff.
Yeah, they're a bunch of machines, man. Like I tell you, like talk about, you know, full throttle, like going all the time, man. Having kids and playing shows, and full speed ahead.
Shout out to those guys too. Yeah. Shout out, guys, if you hear this shit. Sure. But yeah, they're good, man. They've been running pretty strong for a few years now. Yeah,
and they're all awesome, solid dudes.
But I wonder, besides that, and is there any? I never really hear of local bands playing it down. Like, for example, Champions. I mean, Split Crow's not there anymore.
What else have you been out, man? It's Belly Up.
Yeah.
Bubba Race.
Belly Up.
What did I say?
Champions. It's the mill. Let's say. Who are we kidding, right?
I know. It's just so much easier than explaining that to somebody, and they're like, huh?
It's the mill. Okay, now every generation
Belly
knows.
Up.
Yeah.
Where the mill used to be. Oh, the mill, yeah.
Yeah, the mill.
Old Pick a Pig.
It's the exact same building and new sign on it.
Yeah.
There's been a few groups of people that are starting to put some stuff together, and it seems like, you know, having all the Nova Scotia Music Week and a lot of the festivals and stuff, and a lot of the music stuff increasing in Truro. There's a lot more people getting out and kind of putting stuff together. Actually, I was really excited. I saw a bunch of there's some kids down the street, like around the corner from me, that are you know, I hear them jamming when I'm walking the dog and stuff like that. I hear them jamming in their garage and stuff. And I've seen a couple videos of them online, like playing like tunes from the 60s and stuff. Phenomenal.
Really?
Like, it's really, that's what gets me excited, is seeing, like, you know, the kind of the environment kind of thrive again, right?
Oh, the town of Truro's actually done a really good job the past year, just trying to brighten up.
I'm happy to hear that, because I was wondering, am I just becoming old and enjoying Truro, or is it actually getting better?
It's picking up quite a bit.
But yeah, I always ask people, it's like, is it just me, or is this, you know, something's happening? Like,
they're definitely
giving got a bit of a buzz and stuff.
Yeah, it could be because we're getting old too.
Yeah, it's probably a lot of that.
But like,
I remember. I mean,
feel you, though. Yeah, I know.
You're growing up, you hear all the adults saying Truro's a wonderful place, and we're like, yeah, right.
Yeah.
We're out of here.
Well, like even
Going to Halifax. Get out of here.
like once you got past 22, 23, Truro had nothing like, and especially the Loft or Chevy's. Once Chevy shut down, Truro had nothing to do on the weekends. And then in the summertime, anyway, they got these street parties now. They got, the block parties.
When you start doing that,
musical stuff,
you let people relax. And when you have people that aren't so uptight about things, like ideas, like creativity comes out of it. Happiness comes out of it. Like, you know what I mean? Productivity comes out of it.
Yeah.
It's just a great thing to have. It's, I'd probably get bitched out for this, but I always it was like, oh man, some of these old people gotta die for us to freaking live. Like, you know what I mean? That's true.
More editing.
I'll leave that shit.
Can't put that on the internet. No, wait, the internet's good. But you know what? You're right. And it really a lot of props has to go out and to Derek Forsyth and Jenna. Like the amount of work. Everyone's got their opinions and stuff, but I mean the amount of work those guys put into the street parties and creating the atmosphere and the livelihood and just the work. Open up. The nook and cranny and stuff like that, just breathing life into these businesses and, beer, brew pubs and street parties. It's making a world of difference. Yep. It's changing, everyone's seeing what can happen and stuff. Yeah. And they've put a lot of work into building a lot of stuff in town.
There's stuff to do.
They get a lot of, they deserve a lot of credit for the atmosphere in Truro when it comes to music.
Mm. Yeah, played a lot of bars because of Derek anyway. Yeah. Kept busy for years because of him. Yeah. 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 It's great.
Yeah, it's playing bars is, I don't know, it's one of those things. It comes with the train, but it's fun.
Bar option?
Yes.
I do like it, but I don't know, there's always something about a bar too, right? Yeah. It's like, we're here for a good time usually, so when you have to go there at work, you still have the good time and work. It's just like, ooh, sometimes it's touch and go.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I say. Looking back on 3 years of playing at the Stonehouse, I'm like, man, so many good stories, so many good times. There were some times when it's just work, right? But there's a lot of good times. Playing bars, man. Sometimes it's just work.
What happened that night? You said somebody pushed another dude.
Oh my god! I knew this was going to come up. The quiet guy. It's always the quiet guy in the bar, right? One of the funny things about being a sober musician on stage. I don't drink when I play. Throw it out there, random. But is you really have a good idea of what's going on in the bar. You always know what to look for and stuff like that, right? Anyways, just playing and kind of lost track, and there's a lot of people in, and there was some pretty heavy drinking going on. Everyone having a good time, and I just didn't see it coming. And there was the one quiet guy in the back corner of the bar, right, just sitting there, and the veins just going, right? Oh no. It's like, oh, okay, he's here for one reason, right? Hindsight's 2020.
Jesus.
Anyway, one guy just said something that, I don't know, that guy decided, oh, that's it. Came up and he just walked across the bar and literally just threw his whole weight into the guy. And I was directly behind the guy, so I had mic stand, music stand, another mic stand, everything in front of me. The stage is about the size of this, right? So I mean, literally just kind of, it was like his body turned this way, just plowed the whole stage into the back corner of the bar with me behind it, right? And I'm like, oh, it was, brand new guitar. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to murder somebody. But, I got a couple scratches and everything's fine. So, we stood up the poor guy off the floor and helped Buddy out the door. You need to leave, type thing. But, and then after that, everything's good, right? So, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Some of that happens, sometimes I post things after, and I'm like, but,
that shit does happen.
Yeah.
Happens.
Remember, it's Dave, everybody.
Remember, we're playing at Blair's. We played this thing, wood stuff, when Dave tripped over the overhead. Or something happened. All right. Oh, so we're playing on this little deck, and we're up 15 feet, whatever, on this back of the house is up off the ground. So we're up there, and I had my overheads, everything. I had drums mic'd and shit. It was just ridiculous.
Sounded good.
Yeah,
Sounded real good.
it sounded good. We had like a big like area to play to too. So we're playing, and I can't remember. I think Blair got a little too close to Dave, and he bumped his guitar. And Dave's guitar, he had a Gretsch that was only like a few months old. It fell out of his hair. The strap popped off. He hit the overhead. The overhead came down like on me like a falling tree, right between all my cymbals and my floor tom and my kick. So that came down. It was like boom. Dave's guitar hits the ground and strings just go bing ding ding ding, and the bridge is a floating bridge, so that friggin' unfolded. Dave's like, oh no. We're all like looking at Dave's guitar like, oh my god, this is it.
Rest in peace, Craig.
Yeah. Oh man, he picked it up. So when the floating bridge came up, all the washers and everything that's just held by the strings and pressure, the springs popped out, the friggin' everything popped out. So we're collecting all this shit off the ground. It's like so terrible.
Those things are a real mess once all the strings come off. Yeah. If you don't realize what you're doing, right? Like
I'm sure there's a lot of people that go to take
my
strings off.
Yeah, the Gretsch Hollow Body, we get it home, same thing. First time changed the strings, I was like, I can clean it up. It took all the strings off. Right? It's like, you get the last one off, and the bridge and everything just goes, and you're like, oh. Right?
No.
Yeah.
The parts rolling around.
2 minutes on YouTube probably would have saved me at least 12 hours of my life. Trying to figure out, where to pin that bridge. The bridge wasn't pinned, right? Yeah. So it's like, okay. Oh, okay, so now let's figure it out. To intonate a Gretsch. Okay, great.
Yeah,
brutal.
It's crazy how, like now, before I go try to do something, like I don't even know how we got through life before internet. Like I really don't, man. Like
we just broke stuff.
Yeah, just and threw it out. Yeah. Like you know what I mean, constantly. So like now, I'll start into something, whatever I'm trying to figure out, or on the drums even, or replacing something. And I'm like, wait, I'm just going to look at this first before I even open it. And then when I look at it, I'm like, oh, well, I was going to go into that a lot differently than what, you know what I mean? I was going to smash the top off it, but it's just crazy.
The good side of the internet.
Yeah, there's probably a lot of people out there building cars just off of Google alone. You know what I mean?
I tried fixing my car off YouTube videos.
Work?
Well, I got a new car now.
I fixed it all right. Turned it into a new one.
But I think I don't know if it was just time for the old car to go, but I've heard reports that someone saw it on a flatbed with no tires, so I think I got rid of it at the right time.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, sold it for cash. If you're watching this video, no returns. I'm not a very good car salesman, but the last night I had it listed on Kijiji for $1,500. I was like, oh yeah, we'll get rid of it. We'll get rid of this nice Honda Odyssey minivan for $1,500. Perfect. Yeah, someone will buy that. It's still got the sticker on it and stuff. It's all right. It's got some problems. Listed off the problems. Anyway, 3 weeks go by. A couple guys, I'll give you $200 for it. Thanks, man. I'm like,
no.
I'm not even going to reply to this email. Thanks, though. Anyway, vehicles, once you park them and you don't drive them around, they just kind of
seize up.
Something happens, right? Like they hate living.
Yeah.
So anyway, after about 3 weeks, the last symptom, the last nail in the coffin was, once again, YouTube. Chances are, I'm thinking the grounding for the car stereo was failing or something. Oh, okay. Anyway, the car seemed to think that every hour the stereo was being stolen, so the car alarm would go off all night. Oh no! Yeah, really? So it was like I was actually at work and I get the text from my wife. You need to come home. Okay, what's up? Car alarm's going off. All right, well, just turn it off. It'd be fine. And then apparently, it did it again. I came back and I was like, okay, well, maybe the panic button on the fob thing's, broken. So I was like, okay, well, I'll go ahead and take all the batteries of the car fobs and stuff. And boom, there we go. Go back to bed, right? It's like 3:30 in the morning now. Goes off again. And then that's when you realize the only way to turn the alarm off is to put the battery back in the fob and hit the button, right? It's like, where did I throw those, right? So you searched around. So by about 4:30, I was done. So I just reposted the ad, and I was like, $500, by the way, new problem. No returns. It was gone by like lunchtime. And I straight up told the guy, I was like, man, here's my sales pitch. McNuts offered me like $420 for this van. But if you want it drives for $500. I'll take it. Perfect.
Nice.
See it gone. Yeah. I haven't heard from it since, but I think it was calling out to its maker.
Yeah.
Come take me away.
Your neighbor buys it. You still got to deal with the alarm every night.
Oh man, I was about ready to go bake a cake and like drop it off the neighbor. I felt bad. The thing just screaming out in the middle of the night.
Could you imagine if you didn't realize they were living like somewhat close to you and you could hear it every night? And you'd be like, "Oh, shut off your alarm! Shut it off!"
And it's funny. I did see it parked in a downtown parking lot. I was like, "Oh, I'll probably hear about this if because I know someone who lived down by there." But I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I hate selling stuff, man. I just sold.
Me too.
I just sold a Cavalier, my old car, and it was this little kid that he came over. Him and his father, man, they were looking at the car, and he was only about 20 years old. And the more I was talking to him, showing him around, I was like, "It's a good car, man." I was like, "The only reason I'm not keeping it is like I just don't feel like fixing it. I think it's time for a new car for me. If I wanted to get $1,200 out of this, all I had to do was spend like $200, fix it."
Yeah.
And I was like, "But you can take it for $700, whatever. I just want it out of my yard." And he's like, "Oh, cool." He's like, "Yeah, it's need somewhere to put a new baby seat. I'm just having a kid and stuff." And I was like, how about just give me $600 for it then, right? He's like, 20 years old, just starting out in a family, and I was like, "You're gonna have to spend a little money on a
She's
kid."
like, I'm gonna remember that line though, when I go to buy a used car. Yeah, I'm gonna put a herd of kids in here just to gauge Buddy's response. Be like, never mind, I don't want your car.
I bought the kids from Dave Grohl. Yeah, that's funny. But yeah, as he was taking it away too, man, I was just like, I hope he doesn't get like halfway home to pick down and like a wheel flies off it or something stupid. But it's all good.
Yeah.
No messages back and stuff. So.
No, it was definitely time for a new van. The last big hurrah that I went with my old one was playing a show with NSFW out at Maitland Campground. And a buddy of mine, Rob Agus, came out too. And,
I love Rob. He's such a good guy, man.
Yeah, so he was up and he drove his truck out there, and three of the lug nuts were like gone off his back tire. The back tire was like I was like, man, you can't drive that back to Truro, let alone whatever. So. And I made the mistake of taking my ancient van, and we decided to take the family out to the show too. So we hooked on our camper. We got a 1970s Travel-Air.
Oh, nice.
Hard top, red and white, Shasta-looking camper. Yeah. So we hooked that on, piled in all the camping stuff, and then I had the PA, right? So I had all the PA gear, all the audio gear. Like, we just loaded this thing to the hilt, right? And the whole van was just like... the camper van, there's about that much clearance under the hitch, right? So, and like the thing never sounded right after that. Like all the wheels were like grinding. It sounded like running a pepper grinder when you were driving, right? It was like way too much stuff in there. I was like, man, this thing's not going to do it again. We had a camping trip coming. I was like, there's no way I can hook a camper up to this thing, man. It's not going to make it. And then of course, Rob came on that trip, and that's when I was like, we always travel with other people, and those other people's vehicles are always worse than mine. So, like, I already used CAA to get Rob's on the flatbed to get back to Truro. I was like, man, if my van doesn't make it home, can you call CAA twice in the same day for two separate vehicles? I don't know, right? Like,
as far as I know.
Yeah.
Like, I hope so.
I mean, you pay for it.
They say that.
I guess so.
And it doesn't even matter as long as you have the tag and you're in a
3?
vehicle. It doesn't even have to be in your vehicle.
No, it doesn't have. But I think you get 3 a year, don't you?
Yeah. Well.
Oh, Jesus, I don't know.
They never shut me down on it. But I mean, as musicians, CAA, right?
Oh my Lord, it makes sense. Yeah.
Right. So it totally makes sense. I know the guys from Alert the Medic. I saw videos of them actually pulling up the shows in CAA tow trucks. They probably know how many tows you can get. Vehicles and lugging gear has always been an ongoing battle. So
yeah,
Yeah, the dudes from Alert the Medic, actually, that's who that drumhead is.
Oh yeah,
yeah, on the right.
Cool.
Good guys, man.
Yeah,
opened up for them a couple times.
Yeah, they're those guys are phenomenal.
I guess.
Great entertainers.
Sit there and watch Dale Wilson there, the drummer.
Yeah.
He's so good, man. It's ridiculous. It's freaking awesome to watch him play. So effortless. Yeah. You'll see me sweating my ass off here in a little bit. 3 songs in, I'll be like, what? How did I do this?
Why? You're right. This is so much fun, Adam. Thank you.
This is why I quit.
Can't go fill up the bathtub with ice cubes.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, what do you think? Do you want to play some music or?
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
Why don't we? Do you want to do one of your originals or a couple of your originals, just acoustically, like by yourself, and then we'll jam a little bit?
Sure, man.
We'll set something up and tape this, and I'll stick it on the podcast as well.
Okay.
Cool.
Perfect. I don't know, we good? So, all right. So, growing up, I spent a lot of time in upstate New York. It was where my father's family's from, my grandparents. And my father wasn't able to come down with us. He was actually, he left the United States during Vietnam and came to Canada and was kind of like not really, well, I guess it was just, he couldn't come. Something about the border and, jail or something like that. So we, my brother and I spent a lot of time down there with the grandparents, kind of doing trips and being down there on our own. And we'd go fishing with my grandfather out in the Finger Lakes, which is actually it's in New York, but it's a lot closer to Toronto than the city, so to speak, or New York City. So this is a song that I wrote for him, called "Cast the Line." See how it comes out. I was a boy, summers we'd spend out on the water, learn to be men. Cans of cream soda, red bag of bologna. Those were the best days I've ever had. Those were the best days I've ever had. Haze on the horizon, sweet summer glow. Some hooks on the trailer, and I stole the ropes. Some feeling a stirring, more than men in a boat. Some cracks on a showing, strongest man I have known. Those were the best days I've ever had. Those were the best days that I've ever had. Thing I miss most is the wasting away of every sweet minute spent out that day. Miss in the fall, chase the unknown, through the rough and the bitter, through the silent and cold. Just cast out our lines, this place is my home. I was a boy, summers we'd spend, teaching an old man to love life again. Hey. All right, I'm just gonna play this one. One of my originals is about a year old. Wrote it for basically for all teenagers out there, but most specifically for my foster daughter. Teenagers are really hard on themselves, and this is just a little tune to remind them that they're beautiful. Life is different when you're beautiful. Flowers see you as one of them. People smiling on, might not know the reason. Life is warm for the beautiful. Stars wink 'cause one of them. Heads held high, don't need the outer later. And I might just walk on by if it's all the same. I just can't live a lie or play some game. Just get out there under the sun, take your freak flag out for a run. There's a twist in everyone, so come dance with me. Dance with me. Dance with me. Dance with me. Oh, won't you dance with me? Try to tell me what is beautiful, but I can see it. My own eyes, there's a jar on the wall. It's gonna change what's inside you. Hope you'll see that you're beautiful. Well, I don't care if one of them fly away. Might just know the reason, and I might just walk on by if it's all the same. I just can't live a lie or play some game. Just get out there on the song, take your freak flag out for a run. There's a twist in everyone, so come dance with me. Dance with me. Dance with me. Dance with me. Oh, won't you dance with me? Never tried to hurt no one, despite the damage they held done. You're the sweetest damn thing that I ever did see. So let's go out, come dance with me. Let's go out, dance with me. Let's go out, come dance with me. Yeah. Nice. Sounds good. You said that was yeah. Nice. It's called Come Dance With Me. Yeah. That was very good.
All right, that was awesome. I had a lot of fun on this one. It was really good to see Adam. I think we're going to start getting together a little bit more often, and we're going to jam out a little bit more. It was pretty interesting. He played a couple songs that really caught me off guard. I'm not going to give the names because we're probably going to do a cover of them. There's one in particular that I want to do that I seen him do at Julia's Lounge at the open mic, and it was pretty crazy. But anyway, enough about that. Thanks again, Adam, for coming over. Thanks again, everybody, for listening. And I hope everybody's enjoying the weekend or enjoyed the weekend by the time you get to hear this. And a lot of bands out there playing around bars in Truro, and it's great to get out. I didn't get out as much as I thought I would this year. I had GSP come back to the UFC, so that really put a damper on things. But anyway, that's another story. All right. Looks like I'll be playing some music here in the future anyway. So thanks, Adam, for stopping by and pulling me out of this slumber that I'm in. I haven't really played music, like organized anything, in about a year, so... Anyways, have a good one, and podcast number 2 for the weekend is coming up. That's Andre Petitpas and the Giants, and they were a freaking great time, too. See you on the next episode. Enjoy your time.